Hey guys, what's up? Dr. W here. So starting this Tuesday, so 2 days after Easter, I will be doing a Star Wars movies rewatched, where I'm going to watch every Star Wars movie one a week and be posting a video about my thoughts every Tuesday. This will hopefully help me figure out my ranking of the 10 Star Wars movies, not counting the Clone Wars animated film, because that was more of a setup to the TV show than a standalone movie. So I'm just going to count the 10 live action Star Wars films. So before my rewatch ranking show begins, I'm going to give you my pre-rewatch list of how I think I would rank the Star Wars movies, not having seen them in about a year or so. So here you go. Last place, I would give it to The Last Jedi, because it completely destroyed the lore of Star Wars. Okay, I hate it. It just completely disregarded Luke Skywalker's character, made Episode 7 just useless, and unless they can land the plane, unless JJ can fix this in Episode 9, then Episode 8 ruined this last trilogy, and I'm going to have to just not watch any of them when I do a Star Wars rewatch in the future. Number 9 on my list is Solo. For some of the same reasons that I didn't like Episode 8, I don't like Solo. I don't like how they did the Kessel Run. I don't like how Han Solo got his name. I don't like how he and Chewie met. I think it really hurts the lore. And also the movie is just, it doesn't matter. It's a lot like Rogue One, but Rogue One's a better movie. Just Solo doesn't matter. We know how it's going to end. Number 8 on my list is Episode 2. So this is by far the worst prequel, I think. It's the most boring one. It has the most just useless CGI. And it has those horrible lines and line deliveries. And I'm sure, as far as memes go, this is probably the greatest Star Wars movie for memes. But as far as movies go, it is one of the worst. So number 7 on my list is Episode 1. I think there are some redeeming qualities to A Phantom Menace. I think Darth Maul is cool. It has the best song in the series, Duel of Fates. Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson's performances are both really great. I think they are the best in the prequels by far. And I think there are some redeemable qualities, though. There are some parts of it that aren't great, like Jar Jar or pod racing. Though I think pod racing, the concept is cool. But what Episode 1 does better than The Last Jedi and Solo is it doesn't destroy the lore of Star Wars, okay? Yes, Anakin's a little kid, and he's like a whiny brat. But that's a little kid. You can see how that kid can possibly grow up to become Darth Vader instead of Luke, a full-grown man and a Jedi, becoming just this whiny bitch on this island. So that's why 1 is number 7. Number 6 is Rogue One, which I think is a fine movie, but a forgettable movie where nothing happens. We know how it's going to end, and everything that happens in the middle of it really doesn't matter because these characters never come into play with the rest of Star Wars. I probably put it above Episode 1 just because it's a good movie, I'd say, and because that Darth Vader scene at the end. If that Darth Vader scene was not at the end, I don't know if I could put Rogue One above Episode 1, honestly. Number 5 is Episode 4. Episode 4 is a great movie. It's a great sci-fi movie. But the thing that holds it back for me is probably its age. The one lightsaber duel is not good. But other than that, I think it's a great movie. I just think, people say, yes, Episode 7 is a copy of Episode 4, and therefore Episode 7 is worse than 4. I don't see how that is a good logic, because Episode 7 is a lot like Episode 4, but Episode 7 is a better Episode 4, in my opinion. So my fourth favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 3. I think this is a good movie. Okay? There are some line deliveries in here, and there's some written lines that aren't great. There's still a CGI clusterfuck going on, but it's better than Episode 2. It has the best lightsaber duels in the series by far. Ewan McGregor gives an awesome performance. And I think Episode 3 has a lot of good going for it that helps put it above Episode 4. most namely the lightsaber fights, Ewan McGregor's performance. It's an entertaining movie. I think they finally figured out how to make a good prequel with Episode 3. So my third favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 6. And Episode 6 is one of those strange movies to me where the first half of Episode 6 is the best Star Wars movie. On Tatooine, when Luke shows up to Jabba's palace, that whole sequence until they get off of Tatooine, and even including when Luke's on Dagobah again, that is the best Star Wars movie. There's never been a better Star Wars movie than that first half of Episode 6, and there probably will never be. But when they get to Endor with the Ewoks, it loses a lot of points for me. It almost loses enough points to put it below Episode 3 and maybe even Episode 4. But the first half is so strong that I moved it up to the third spot. If instead of Endor, we were on Kashyyyk, and instead of Ewoks, we had Wookiees, and it was a serious battle, and instead of these cute bears played for laughs to appeal to children, Episode 6 would be the best Star Wars movie. My second favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 7. Episode 7 is fun. It has a lot of action. It's exciting. Has memorable moments. And because Episode 7 is so great, that's probably what makes Episode 8 so bad. Because Episode 8 ruined what they did in Episode 7. Episode 7 set up Snoke, an interesting character. It killed off Han Solo in a satisfying way. It had Luke at the very end there, and you're like, man, what's Luke gonna tell Rey? Rey is a cool character. I like Poe. I like Finn. Leia's in it a lot. Leia's really good in Episode 7. I like Maz Kanata. The only scene that I don't like in 7 is probably when they have those giant tentacle monsters on Han Solo's ship when you first meet them. I forget what they're called. That part is a bit too CGI for me, but the rest of Episode 7 is great. It's the most fun Star Wars film, I think. And the best Star Wars film is Empire Strikes Back. It's probably everybody's favorite Star Wars film. It's one of the top 10 best films ever made. Just, I don't know what else you can say about Empire Strikes Back. I really don't think Empire Strikes Back's moving down on this list. So, that seems like something interesting to talk about. Let's talk about that. Let's see the ones that don't move. I don't think Empire and I don't think Episode 7 are going to move anywhere. I think 6, 3, and 4 have the chance to flip around. I think Rogue One and 1 might flip. 2 and Solo might flip. And I think Last Jedi is going to be the worst on my list. But I'm going to try to keep an open mind. I'm going to take copious notes as I watch these films to see what I really feel about them. I'm going to try to put everything else aside. So be sure to check back Tuesday. Let me get the date for you. I think it is April. It will be April 23rd at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on my YouTube channel for Episode 1, Phantom Menace, rewatched and reviewed. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that good stuff. And until then, thank you for watching.